Aloha, I'm Jeff Peterson from Ukulele Corner. I remember when I was growing up on the island of Maui, just starting to play music. I really wanted to learn, but I had very few teachers. My dad loved playing. He played a lot of Hawaiian music, playing slack key guitar and singing. He was a rancher, a Hawaiian paniolo at Haleakala Ranch, up country in the town of Makawao on the island of Maui. And his friends would always come over to the house and play. They loved getting up high up on the mountain. On weekends, we'd go up to this cabin way up on Haleakala Mountain. We'd also go around on these fishing trips down to an area called Kaupo, really wild part of the island. We had all these keys from the ranch so we could get through these gates and get down to all the secret fishing spots. It was great fun. And a lot of his friends would always have instruments along the way. I remember Uncle Eddie Wilson. He was 6'8" tall Hawaiian cowboy and amazing ukulele player and singer. He also played guitar and trumpet. Just any instrument he picked up, he was amazing. I always wanted to learn, and I just was able to listen to the music as I was growing up. But no one really showed me. They showed me a few chords and everything. I remember I got interested in playing right around the 5th grade at Makawao School. We had a program called May Day, where the students got to play for these big celebrations, and each class would present a song. And we did the song, a beautiful song, that was a song that Peter Moon made very popular, and it was called He Aloha Mele. Iva Kinimaka first did that song back in the 1960s, and Peter Moon, the great ukulele player, did a wonderful version of that on one of his albums. But what I've found, actually, the way that, without teachers, the way I had to do it is use my ear. And so with my ukulele and my guitar, I started listening. And did you ever have one of these? This is a classic old boombox. This was my teacher when I was growing up, and I had cassette tapes first. My dad had an old record player, and I tried to learn a little bit. I always found it really hard to move the needle around, but at least with a cassette player, you could stop, rewind, stop, and play very specific parts. So I just played all the time. I'd always, whenever practicing, have little cassette tapes and projects I was working on. I just developed my ear. Before I even knew what scale I was playing or even a lot of the chord names, I just started hearing them and finding them just by trial and error. And this is something I definitely encourage a lot of my students to do, is not be afraid of, you don't have to always see things written down. You can use these great resources that we have these days. It's so much easier now. They have video and, so many resources. Back then, I'd have to try to listen for something on the radio or try to find it at a record store. These days, you can find it just about anything you're looking for quite easily online. And so at Ukulele Corner, I highly encourage students to follow all the videos that I create, and I also create tablature and sheet music, but I think it's very important to go back to that sort of way of learning, like the way I did when I was first beginning. Use your ear and be able to hear something and then recreate it. So I highly recommend going without the music, or if it's there, just use it for a little while, then put it away. Get the music internalized. That's where your expression comes from, and your personality will come out through the music. You really sharpen your skills with memorization, and then being able to hear something without even the instrument in your hand. You'll start to recognize chord progressions, and they call it relative pitch, where you can start to hear it. You might not know the key, but oh yeah, that sounds like a 1 chord, it's going to a 5 chord, there's a minor 4 chord. You start to recognize chord progressions. And so get that boombox out, or whatever sort of device you like to use now with your phone, right? There are all these apps you can slow down the speed of audio. You can use YouTube, you can use all the streaming platforms, but get out your sources of playing the music, listen, and see what kind of progress you can make. And I hope to see you at Ukulele Corner, and we have a lot of fun there. So consider joining, consider checking out the things we do at Ukulele Corner. Aloha.